Welcome back. Today we'll be doing the same thing like last time. I'll be choosing a random game of my backlog and from my Steam library and try it out. So let's see what we'll get. Foretales. Never heard of it. A card-based narrative journey. I guess. We can try it out. Be right back. So we got the game. Let's see how it is. I'm not really a card games kind of guy, but we'll see. Options. Let's see. Are you sure you want to start a new game? Yes. I'm very sure. A mysterious patron. Volpain needs money to help his father and the local miners. His friend Leo says there's someone in town with a very lucrative job offer. Welcome to Foretales, an adventure game where you progress by combining cards and exploring decks. This is it. Volpain, our tickets to the easy life. One last job and our days of stealing apples from the market are behind us. That's what you said last time, so who is this contact of yours? His name's Timothy. He says he has work for people like us. And you're sure he can pay? Because I could really do with the money right now. Don't worry, he promised a hefty reward. Should be more than enough to help your father and the miners with their strike. And for me to take an early retirement. It's just a little difficult to track down in town sometimes. We better ask around then.
He looks like a good place to start.
Good day to you, young bird. How can I be of assistance? We're looking for someone by the name of Timothy. Ah, I see. A very secretive fellow he is. I think I heard something about him the other day, but sadly my memory isn't what it once was. Right, and what might jog your memory, I wonder? A bit to eat usually does the trick. About 5 food should be sufficient. 5 food? That's enough to last a few days. You know my friend here, we'll come back with some food for you. We already have 1, just 4 to go. Typical region of the game is composed of 3 to 6 location cards placed on the board. You can learn more by hovering your cursor over a card. Sometimes, a left click on cards will also trigger dialogue or reaction from your characters. Try it out for yourself. On the left card with the beggar, he will remind you of what he wants. Would you spare a morsel of food for an old beggar? I wouldn't call 5 food a morsel. This is demanding work for an old man like me. I'd like to see you try it. Yeah, you'll get your food alright. Skill cards of your adventures and consumables. Targets will often be location cards, but not always. When you hover over one of your cards, the possible targets are highlighted, along with hints as to what will happen if you play there. So pay attention to what is highlighted and where the hints appear. Conversely, if you place your cursor over elements of the board, it will highlight the action cards you can play there. Take a moment to explore your current cards and see if you can figure out a way to find enough food to proceed. Theft, murder, violence, and general lawlessness. A reputation like that guarantees respect among outlaws and make law-abiding citizens to quake in their boots. Fame. A good deed can open many doors. Having the respect of the community is always a good way to achieve your goals. Money. It makes kings of men, but buys forgiveness for lost souls, and can even start a war or two. can also be used to buy apples. Survivor Center. There's food everywhere if you know where to look. Years in the wilderness have made Leo an outstanding tracker with a flair, sniffing out food and place of interest. Nimble hands. When you're born with nothing, you have to steal what you can to survive. If you're lucky, you'll survive long enough to get pretty good at it. Eavesdrop. You can learn a lot when you take the time to stop and listen. Nimble hands. So we can either steal from this man, Apple Merchant. Don't be fooled by his jolly banter. He's as much a gossip as he's a merchant.
Ah, Leo would be pleased with that.
One very important rule to remember, you can only play one card per location card on the board. Sometimes it will transform the card into another location card, but most of the time it will just consume it and travel to the next card. Standard used card from the board will go back to the bottom of the exploration deck. And once a slot is available, it will automatically be filled with the top card from the exploration deck. You can't run out of location cards to explore because the exploration deck always cycles. What are these? Grim, Fame, and something. Add 2 creatures to the search party. +2 Grim, +1 gold. Oh. Move to next location. So we could steal it from him, but do I want to be a thief? I mean, why not? You only get +3 food. There's no downside. Smooth, he didn't notice a thing.
It tastes better when you don't pay for it. Trust me.
Lead the way. Is there an energy bar or something, or I can just like do my stuff? But it costs 1 food. Interesting. Oh, thank you, young bird. Now, about this Timothy chap. But of course, where are my manners? Here, follow this path.
That should show the way. Heartwarming stuff.
Thanks for the tip, friend. A good day to you, bird. Well, what now? I suppose we should follow the old beggar's directions on that piece of paper. Sometimes you have to seek directions to progress in the story and reach new destinations. Check the descriptions on your cards. Yes, that one. That piece of card. It's a...
Something told Volpan that these chaps weren't here to talk.
Beware, a hostile token is blocking this card. You won't be able to play any cards on this suspicious street until you get rid of those bandits. If you left click on the token, you can see the creatures forming their group and decide whether to engage or not. Most confrontations start with a negotiation phase. If you have the correct resources, you might be able to discard this threat without any violence. But if you don't absolutely need to play a card here, you may as well avoid any conflict and play on other cards as available. A group of aggressive outlaws, in order to play on a card you have to get rid of them, and violence is not the only solution. I want to see how combat works.
No one needs to die here.
You've started your first confrontation, but maybe there's no need for violence. When you hover over the cards at your disposal, you may discover ways to get rid of some of your opponents. If you get rid of enough opponents, you'll bring the morale of the group down to 0, and the rest will flee. If you use an aggressive card, the confrontation will automatically turn into a fight. But if you don't have any cards to play, or you don't want to play any cards, click on the auto battle token to trigger the fight manually. So we can steal from them. The enemy was just removed from the confrontation. In most cases, this will subtract its level from the enemy's morale. Should the enemy morale reach 0, the remaining hostiles will flee. The level of an enemy is the number in the top left corner of the card.
A much-needed boost.
From now on, both sides will automatically attack the opponent directly opposite to them, or to the left if no one is directly in front. Between each round of attack, you can play one card per adventurer. Again, if you don't want to play cards, you can use the auto battle token. Here's a quick breakdown of creature cards. The number in the red token at the bottom left represents health points. Bring it to 0 and the creature will be dead. The number next to the sword icon is the attack score. That's the number of health points removed every round to the creature directly opposite when the fists finally start to fly. The number in the top left corner is the level of the creature. That's pretty important because its value removed from the enemy's morale when the creature is removed from combat, one way or another. Only the front creature will take damage from the auto battle phase, but it will take damage equal to the sum of the attack scores of the opposition. Creatures in the back can only be affected by action cards or after the creature in front of them has been defeated.
Right between the eyes.
It's gonna run away, right? We brought the enemy morale to 0. All remaining hostiles will now flee for their lives. When you trigger a panic, each fleeing enemy will grant you 1 fame, whatever the level.
Leaving so soon?
At least one of your adventurers down to the last few skill cards. Maybe you can use the reset deck or rest deck to recover some. Since rest cards will give skill cards back to all adventurers, it's often a good idea to use actions from all your adventurers and not just one. If you spread the effort between them, they won't have to rest as often. This dude has a lot of skills.
Well, you won't go hungry for a while.
You'll never starve if you know the right places to look.
It tastes better when you don't pay for it. Trust me.
I'm just stocking up. Oh hey, someone stole my lunch.
Seems you've attracted some heat, Volpan. What? done this time?
Hungry guard. More likely to be on snack break than on duty. Interesting. Rest cards can be used to recover some skill cards for your adventurers. Even if you can see all rest cards for the region, you can only use the top card of the deck. Don't dawdle too much because the last rest card is always a synonym of game over. I think we have to go here.
Perhaps you can grease the wheels of justice here, Volpan.
Poor, the weak, and the needy must stick together to survive. Volpain can inspire compassion to attract potential allies. I could also steal from him.
Yes, that's it.
Heavily bandaged figure stood alone in the alleyway. He looked like he was waiting for someone. As Volpain and Leo approached, the figure turned to greet them. Ah, Leo, so you're finally here. And you brought a crow. I'm a Shubil. But of course you are. We heard you have work. Do I ever? Do I ever? But before we get down to brass tacks, I always like to get an understanding of who it is I'm working with. What do you mean? Like a demonstration of the value we bring to this operation. Demonstration? Yes, you know, skills, my boy. Show me your skills. The pair looked at each other, perplexed. What did he mean, skills? Skills in combat, sleight of hand, or maybe just a good old trick shot from Leo? You've got plenty of moves to impress the stranger. Try something. Anything. What if we steal your purse right under your nose? That would be impressive, especially as you just warned me you were about to. Hold on a minute. With a wry smile, Volpain produced a finely embroidered purse full of gold. The masked figure was taken aback. Very impressive indeed. Here you go, all present and correct. I'll tell you what, keep it. Consider that your first payment. Oh, thanks very much. Now then, perhaps you'd like to tell us what it is you need. I would like for the two of you to acquire an item for me, an instrument in fact. A very rare and beautiful lyre, I don't know, that is currently in the possession of the esteemed Lady Cattle. You mean the old bat who lives on the hill? Wouldn't call her that to her face, but yes, that's her. I'd like you to break into her manor, steal the lyre, and bring it to me at the Holy Grove. Holy Grove? I know the place well. I'll get you there myself, Open. Excellent, and I shall leave you to it. Look forward to our next meeting. Alright, we got a job to do. At long last. Can get straight to it if you think we're ready to go. Or we could spend more time on the streets to prepare it. It's your call. Actually, how about a small nap before we set off? You read my mind. Remember, you only have a limited number of skill cards in your adventurer's deck. Spending too many of their skills cards will tire them out. If you want to recover some skill cards, you will have to use the rest cards on the right side of the board. Each rest card has its own set of effects, and sometimes a price that you can decide to pay or not. Read them carefully to see what they cost.
Friends of yours, Volpan? I'm sorry. Did I wake you?
You recovered some skill cards and suffered no other consequences. Don't expect it to be that easy all the time. The next card in the deck will cost you food or health points. On the last card of the rest deck is always a game over, so be sure to check out how many times you can hope to rest in a region. Once you move on to the next region, the rest deck will be replaced with a new set of cards. The number of rest cards in the next region is independent of how many you've used here. You have completed this region. You can either proceed to the next region or you might want to spend more time here to gather some resources and allies. Beware, consumables and resources are carried from one region to the next, but they are not carried over from one mission to the next, so there's no need to hoard excessively. I mean, there's nothing special to do here. Leo has brought Volpain to the city gardens, where food is plentiful and secrets lurk around every corner. Deep in the labyrinth lies our hero's destination for the evening, Lady Kettle's Manor. Watch out, guards! There are now several hostile creatures in the search party, the deck of cards representing the animals chasing your party. Each time a new location card appears on the board, if it has a search party call token with an eye, it may spawn a group of enemies from the search party. Some of your actions may also add hostiles to the search party hostiles that you may have to face later, so be careful. Right then, Timothy said the instrument is inside Lady Kettle's Manor. The big house with the labyrinth. That's the one, but getting through the hedge maze is going to be tough. I think I saw some guards wandering around earlier. Maybe they know the way.
I hope you boys have a warrant.
Yeah, ask the guys that are supposed to guard it. So if I attack this guy, I will have to defend myself? Yeah, no. See that apple over there? Yes? Oh, nice shot.
Quite delicious when sauteed with a little honey, and if... No, you're right. We don't have time.
Most decks on the board can be browsed. For example, if you check the content of the exploration deck, you can see what will be the next locations to be revealed. Maybe your current objective is somewhere in there. Maybe you want to check if the card you're looking for is coming soon. If a card is not an exploration deck, there may be a way to access it with some switching effect or some quest. And remember, the exploration deck is cycling.
There has to be a way in.
I kind of starting to dislike all the games I have to read like crazy. They found a map there. They're not that strong. Good to know. Local chit-chat, a little more so of gossip heard around town. It mightn't be worth much, but it's a conversation starter at least. Engage.
Though the guards looked angry, it was nothing a few coins couldn't fix. The perfect way to cause a commotion or incapacitate
Enemies in combat. Sorry, I'm not that good in English. Send front creatures with max level to the search party. Stun the other front creature for 1 round. I don't want to send them back. I want to deal with them. Deals 3 damage. Take this.
Oh, ouch. No stomach for a fight, eh?
Look, I can see some documents through the glass. You think they'll be useful? Only one way to find it out. Maybe that gardener could open the door for us. Need some help, sir? Can I help you? One can get lost in these gardens. You know what winds me up? I see people eating raw apples all the time. It's like they don't even know you can cook them. More nutritious that way.
I hope you boys have a warrant.
Sorry, be right back. Oh, welcome back. Or rather, I'm back. Okay. So... I have to figure out how to get more information without wasting too much of my skill cards. So I could fight the guards.
How much do you think it would take for them to, you know?
Okay, I want no part of that.
All right, you know what you're doing, fighting the Watch. Ah yes, died in the line of duty.
So I can either steal food or gain fame. This one doesn't have any cards anymore. A little help? Sure thing. Now all we need to do is lead the gardener to the labyrinth. And the rest should be easy. We'll see about that. Isn't this the labyrinth? We have an appointment with the lady of the house. Would you show us the way through the maze? I've trimmed these hedges many a time. Follow me.
That's quite a statue.
What? What is it? Sorry, sirs, I'd rather not go any further. What? You're serious? We're barely halfway. It's the statue, sirs. Bad luck, it is. Haunted. The gardener backed away from the statue nervously, leaving Vulpine and Leo alone. Had to admit, it was a rather foreboding sight. Great. Sir... shh. I think I hear a guard patrol coming. Quick, hide.
Oh no.
The patrol took up position right in front of the statue. Patrols we can deal with, but how are we going to find our way through the rest of the labyrinth? There's gotta be a map around here somewhere. How else do the gardeners find their way in and out? Maybe you're right. Let's circle back and see if we can find a map. Okay.
Come on, I know you can't.
Look, I can see some documents through the glass. I think they'll be useful. Only one way to find out. Look. It looks like a map of the labyrinth, but only the last part of the maze. That's the only part we need. Perfect, let's go back and follow the map from the center of the labyrinth. Recover up to 3 skill cards per adventure. A small troop of guards is added to the search party.
Rise and shine, Volpan. Perhaps we can come to an arrangement, officer.
One of the hostiles you're facing has a special power. Special powers are signified by wooden tokens on the left side of the creature card. Enemy powers can trigger during the negotiation phase, or during combat. They may trigger once or every few rounds. If you hover over a creature card, you'll see a detailed description of its power. Okay. So I can steal from them, or I could make them leave, some of them. But they're gonna go here. So I can either defeat them, pay them off,
The law.
One of your adventurers is hurt. If any of your adventurers reach 0 health points, the mission is lost and you have to replay it. You can use food or other consumables to heal. Maybe you should also consider swapping the positions of your adventurers during fights. At any time during a fight, you can swap to adventurers to try and optimize how damage is spread among them.
Looks like you can fast talk your way out of pretty much anything.
This one's dead.
Oh, come on. We were just getting started.
Using the hint system multiple times may give more explicit help for more complex situations. Alright, we got directions. Then what are we waiting for? Let's go. Eat. If I'm reading this right, we should be there in no time. Good thing too, it's almost nighttime. Perfect timing, the darker the better.
That's Lady Catel's manor.
Finally. Hey, maybe that was the hard part and it's all downhill from here. Wishful thinking. It's getting dark. Time to get down to business. Hold on a second, this could be our last chance to rest up. Need my nimble hands at the ready. Sorry. Lose 2 health points per adventure and recover up to 3 skill cards. Nope.
A fine spot for looting. Oh, bravo!
How much? Heal for 2. This one? Heal for 4. I don't know. I would like to rest up to get more cards. They're gonna get hurt.
I hope you boys have a warrant.
If we deal with this one,
And underpaid. Maybe there's a deal to be struck. You know what you're doing fighting the watch.
shouldn't you like run away?
They'll not soon forget that. Well, you won't go hungry for a while. All right. Who called the cops? Come on, chop chop. Let's get back to it, shall we?
Okay. Alright, let's do it. Do what you do best, I'll cover the exit. Under the cover of the night, Vopane ghosted into the manor undetected. He darted through the corridors until he reached the main hall. There, in plain sight, stood the lyre in all its splendor, glinting in the moonlight. All he had to do was reach out and take it.
The second he touched the mysterious lyre, Volpan felt an ancient power flowing through him. Reality fractured and exploded into an infinite number of worlds, all identical and yet somehow distinct. Beyond the webs of fate, he witnessed all possible futures, resonating, vibrating, clashing. And then he saw, and he knew. He, his loved ones, his city, his kingdom, his world, everything was going to disappear, swallowed up by a cataclysm whose origin lurked behind the veil of possibilities.
Poor Vopin collapsed on the spot. Leo took his unconscious friend on his back and fled the mansion, an army of guards at his heels. Hang in there, old friend, we'll get through this. I'll deal with the guards and get you to a safe place. Vopin! Vopin! You completed this mission with a few victims in your graveyard deck. For now it won't change anything, but beware. If you leave a trail of bodies behind you, you may have to face the consequences later.
Volpan was ready to take on the law.
Vopin awoke in the forest of Ronseer, his head throbbing. The lyre was on the ground beside him, but Leo was nowhere to be found. Leo? Leo? Where is he? What happened? At that moment he remembered the visions.
What's this?
Before he had time to think, Vopin was struck with a vision of his friend in prison. A wave of despair swept over him. Leo! Where are they taking him? Are they going to execute him? Oh gods, please no. This is a Doom event card. It symbolizes tragic events that only Vopin can see and that will lead the world to its end. The number above the Doom event indicates how many turns you have left before it happens, or at least that's if you do nothing to prevent it. Each mission you complete costs a turn, but don't worry, if you fail to complete the mission you can always retry with no penalty. Need to help him before it's too late. They must have locked him up in Eisenberg prison. This is a mission card. The choice of which mission card you complete and the order in which you complete them is crucial to preventing Doom events from occurring. Missions also contain secret side objectives and choices, all leading to different outcomes. It's up to you to experiment and make the right choices to fight fate. I'm coming, Leo. Wait, what the... The Vopin was struck with another flash. The smell of blood, the clash of metal, the roar of a battle. A vision of massacre yet to come. The miners' strike. Father. The militia are preparing an attack on the blockade. Lady Cattle must be behind this. Have to warn them, or they'll all be slaughtered. If I'm going to warn the miners, I'll need to find their leader, Karst. They won't budge an inch without his say-so. God, what have I done? It's this damn instrument. Vopin looked at this strange lyre, whatever, with disgust. I wish I'd never touched that blasted thing. Maybe if I gave it back to Lady Kettle, that might smooth things over. After all, a fault confessed is half redressed. If I write a letter of apology and present it to the Council of Mothers, they might be able to put pressure on Kettle and prevent her from ordering the massacre. Vopin looked at the lyre once more before packing it into his satchel. Slowly, painfully, he dragged himself to his feet. Alright, Vopin. You can fix this. He took a look around in an effort to get his bearings. To his left, he saw fumes of the city rising above the trees. To his right, the silhouette of the Ferris Mount shrouded in the acrid smoke from the mines. Better get moving. The thing that would make the most sense would be this, maybe this, or this. Like, I will save him first because he only has 2 days to turns, and this one has like 3. Find a way in. City Watch is holding Leo in the local jail. Wolpane needs to find a way inside to rescue him. Time for a prison break.
Leo's locked up in there. There has to be a way in.
I have a friend in there. I was hoping I'd be able to pay him a visit. Visit what you think this is. Oh, visit? What you think this is? A bloody retirement home? Perhaps we could get to some sort of an arrangement. But perhaps if you arrange for me to get 5 coins, I'll forget I ever saw you. 5? Yeah, where am I going to get that from?
Oh no, the cops. I'll take that to go, please. Something told Volpan that these chaps weren't here to talk.
People keep mentioning a tavern nearby. Care to help a young bird down on his luck? Help with what? Alright lads, I don't suppose any of you would know a way into the prison. Why, what are you? A screw or something? Relax, I'm no guard, far from it actually. Always better to check, you can never be too careful, you know? So you know a way in? Nope, sorry, spent most of my energy trying to stay out of that place. If there's a hidden entrance, someone must know about it. Maybe some street kids or shady locals could help? Now this could come in handy. I say, do you scamps know a way inside the prison? My father is in that prison, sir. I sneak in to visit him from time to time. Perfect, show me the way. Over there, looks like there's a way in.
You know what they say. Share and share alike.
4. Haven't eaten a proper meal in days. Thank you, sir. Allies can be used on your adventurer cards during fights. They will add their attack score to the attack of the adventurer for as long as they survive. Depending on the type of the ally, they will position themselves in front or behind your adventurers. Front allies add a layer of protection and preserve your health, but may not survive the whole fight. Allies in the back will only serve as support to increase the attack, but they are most likely to survive till the end of the confrontation.
Aha! Very sneaky.
Here it is. Come on, let's go. Hold on, Leo, I'm coming. Prison was dark, dank, and foreboding. Mournful wails echoed down the grimy corridors. Guards prowled the halls, eager to dish out a beating to anyone who stepped out of line. Slipping by, I noticed it wasn't going to be easy.
I'd recognize that tail anywhere.
Wopain, I'm in here. I'm in here. I'm coming, old friend.
Oh, now you're in for it. Now who could that be?
Hey, psst, whoever you are, over here. Let me out of this cell and I'll make it worth your while. Oh yeah, and how's that exactly? I get sense you're not supposed to be here, yes? I know a little magic trick that could throw the guards off your tail.
You better have a warrant. I'll take that to go, please. Oh, bravo!
I'm not sure I want to know the answer to this, but what exactly are you in here for? I've got what doctors refer to as an incurable case of kleptomania. I'm guessing that your time behind bars hasn't helped your condition? Hard to say, really. I'll know more once I get out. Now hold on a minute. What about our deal? Cut purse. Maybe a criminal, but I keep my word, sir. Here, you seem like a sneaky fellow. You got it in here without the screws sounding an alarm, after all. How about I teach you one of my favorite tricks of the trade? The thief demonstrated a curious maneuver by which it was possible to lift a whole purse, without alerting its owner in the slightest. You know, that's not half bad. See, I know a thing or two. There's just one more thing that bothers me. What is it? You're such a talented criminal. Yes? How come you didn't figure out that you could slip through the gaps in the bars? You make a fine point, sir. I'll remember that for the next time I'm locked up in here. And without a care in the world, the thief slithered away down the long corridor in the darkness. I have to fight them.
They're overworked and underpaid. Maybe there's a deal to be struck.
I don't have money. But I have fame.
Oh, they must be fans of yours.
Go away.
Oh well, bye-bye.
Leo, are you okay? Can we talk when I'm out of here? Look for the warden. She must have the key. Come on, I wasted all my stuff right now.
Though the guards looked angry, it was nothing a few coins couldn't fix.
Make them go away.
That ought to even the odds a little. Gesundheit. Thank you.
Doesn't take much to transform the downtrodden people of the hard republic into an angry mob. To arms! To arms! I don't need a firebomb. I do have a shit ton of food.
Volpan decided he'd take that one to go. Wake up, sleepyhead. The world's still ending, in case you forgot.
Why not?
That'll learn him.
Why do I have to discard a card?
Oh, good afternoon, officer. This one's got a bit of a height advantage. And weight. Ah, damn small-town cops.
We had a word of we had a word of an intruder in the area. You remember you can swap any skills card in your hand with a card from the deck of an adventurer, right? After discard a skill card, you exchange and maybe pay 1 food for any card coming from this card pile. It's really important to prepare for encounters like this, for example when you've known you got a big fight coming. If you tend to rely on violence, having your best attack in hand from the beginning is the key to victory.
Everyone can be bought. You know what you're doing fighting the Watch.
The worst part is I don't have any skill point. I cannot rest during the encounter. So
Oh, he felt that one.
feels kind of useless. Then I'm gonna die. I'm so gonna die. Can I run away?
You sure it's a good idea killing watch guards like that?
Yeah, of course.
Well, that's embarrassing. Why don't we pretend like that never happened?
Mm-hmm.
I'd recognize that tail anywhere. Fighting the local law enforcement doesn't seem like the smartest move, Volpan. Sorry to dine and dash.
I could help him. But what do I get? Nothing. So random what you get.
Oh, you ever have a nap so good that you forget that the world is ending? Huh? What you? Huh? What?
Fill up the deck.
Oh, good afternoon, officer. That is not someone you want to make mad. Ah, damn small-town cops. Don't these people know there is a thief on the loose?
Problem is, I have to deal with the guards. But I have nothing to deal with them beforehand. So even with that amazing new skill. Now that's No, how's that for a juicy piece of gossip? I cannot do anything.
Well, if the guards wanted a fight, they were going to get one. They might look the other way for the right price.
I don't want to fight them. But what am I supposed to do? They're gonna attack me now.
Well, now I've lost my faith in the justice system.
Right, I've got the key. Time to get back to Leo's cell and get him out of here. With the key safely in his possession, Volpain had everything he came for. Since when were you guys there?
They're overworked and underpaid. Maybe there's a deal to be struck. Good thing no one told them about all the, stealing.
Sharp bounds deadly, you get the point. Throwing knife.
Oh, ouch. Just as I suspected.
Lee, are you okay? Can we talk when I'm out of here? Look for the warden. She must have the key. Good work, Volpin. Now let's get out of here. Rendezvous at my shack on the other side of the forest. Got it.
You never cease to amaze me, Volpan. Ah, bandits. Lovely.
Okay, so it's not my type of game. Not really. But it's pretty well made. I kind of like it. I like the art style, I like the stories also isn't bad. It's pretty nice. With a lot of features. You have to think a lot, strategize. It's a nice game. But like I said, just card games aren't my style. Not really. But, like I said, awesome game. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Wish you all an awesome day, night, evening, whatever you're having. Stay happy, stay healthy. Till next time. Bye.